Hello, this is part one. My name is Richard Williams Peters III, victim of government corruption and government abuse, and neglected and denied and refused any constitutional rights as a human being and as a citizen of the United States. Now, it's kind of ironic how people could piece together whatever information they want. It's also quite ironic to sit around and be bored and not being able to go back to work. As far as I'm concerned, Contra Costa County Children's Hospital and the rest of the state can pay $2.5 million in financial damages, uh, emotional damage, psychological damage and abuse, and for denying me any rights. Now, Children's Hospital had taken in Yvonne Francesca Peters on July 30th of 2004 because of the doctor who delivered Yvonne Francesca Peters in Pleasanton, California, at the medical center had accidentally broke her upper arm and transferred her here. Now, the social worker here on August 19th of 2004 had written up a possible neglect and endangerment slip on Elena Lucilla Burnell, which had nothing to do with institutional sealed records of the juvenile records of mine, which were stolen by Rhonda McGee, had nothing to do with those records at all. This was a malicious attack by government to slander me, defamate my character, and give me false criminal reputation. First of all, there was no criminal activities as a child. Criminal activities were being done on me, and illegal research and illegal um, experiment and so forth. You know, as far as I'm concerned, a lot of people deserve to be killed, and that's just my opinion. They think they are above the law. They think they have the right to do injury to my future and do injury to me because they feel they have the right to do it because they work for a hospital. Now, there was no court order, no warrants, no nothing. Children's Hospital took upon themselves to write a medical report on Elena Lucilla Burnell, who never had any right to any child. And I don't care what it is. She had no business at all. She was a very violent woman. And that's what gets me today because today my mind is fucked. Don't know what to do. Don't know where to turn to for any assistance or any help. It's been 15 years since I've 15 years. I've been under a lot of distress and under stress period, taking out my frustrations on other people who are strictly innocent. And it's hard because you want to live your life in peace, and nobody will give me that peace. What makes people think they have the right to call me names and say, "Oh, he's a possible danger"? Are you seriously kidding me? How can I be dangerous by wanting to get a job? I don't think that's going to hurt a child. Well, anyways, Rhonda McGee, the first social worker, had compelled me to stay in the house, which I didn't have to. Stop, imprisonment of the residents. Because if I don't stay there, they're going to take the child. If I do stay there, they're going to take the child. So it made no difference whether I had come in or if I had stayed or left. And these are the facts. Now, judges expect to see evidence. Well, evidence is not very complicated to see, actually. Because they already surrendered to Elena Burnell's batteries and violence and surrendered to her name callings and her whatever she wanted to do. You know, Children's Hospital needs to pay $961,711. They need to pay it. I'm the type of person who'll go up in here, force you to pay it, and I'll shoot you in the fucking head and make you pay it. I won't. I don't give warning. I just tell you how it is. Now, I don't want to have to do that. I'm not going to do that. But that's what I could do. People need to get it through their head. I have rights. Respect my rights. I have the right to be paid for the labor. I have the right for the in-home care that I have conducted. And I did my job. Now, this hospital, on August 19th of 2004, insisted and threatened me and said, "Look, we're not going to give you back the child unless we know for a fact that you're promising to stay in the house, to stay home." Oh my God! Why doesn't people just go to the courthouse and read the laws instead of sitting there taking taking charge as if they're judge and jury? You know, that's why we have judges. That's why we have bench judges. These people are judges. They told me adamantly, "We're not going to discharge you on Francesca Peters or your daughter unless we get some kind of promise that you're going to stay with Elena, you're going to stay with the baby for her safety, and you know." And I'm like, "Oh my God, why does it have to be? Why is this got to be me?" You know, I mean, first of all, I don't like a lot of confrontations, and I don't like a lot of problems in my life. And you know, today I'm just built, stacked up with, overloaded with problems, like financial sufferings. Do I really deserve to be on Social Security? Absolutely not. Do I deserve to be retired at 40 years old? Absolutely not. You know, every day, constantly, I'm sitting here wondering what the fuck is wrong with people. You know, what do you seriously need to get your attention? I have rights, so why are you victimizing my rights? I'm an ordinary citizen. I mean, hard. I work 8 hours to 12 hours a day. So where do you get this nonsense? Outbursts of violent behavior. Um, often, what else? And substance abuser, alcoholic. Where do you get all these personalities? These personalities never existed. That's why I have remembered all the people who need to be killed, like Valerie Early, for example. Valerie Early is the head director of CPS in California across Costa. That woman needs to get dropped like a bag of nails. That woman has no authority, no legal rights, no legal grounds, no legal nothing. And she wants me to go get an attorney. Now, what's an attorney going to tell this stupid bitch that I can't already tell you? Makes no sense. Now, I haven't seen my daughter since she was 2 years old. She was basically adopted right before she turned two. Well, actually, before she turned three. No, two. But anyways, the point is, the hospital here needs to pay compensation for $961,711. This is Oakland Children's Hospital, and they need to pay money. The social worker didn't have the right to threaten me and tell me they're going to keep the child until social services decide who's going to have the child. It's like, oh my God. You know, Children's Hospital don't have any authority. And I've asked for evidence from Marcia Lester, who works at this hospital. And now she has a target on the back of her head because my daughter's gone, and now we need to take her and make her gone permanently. And that's nobody else's fault but her own. You know, she should have looked at the laws. She should have given over evidence that I needed to show the courts, hey, there was a document written on Elena Burnell because of her seizures disorder, which was covered up and hidden, which had nothing to do with parts of the State Hospital and Training Center records. Those records have been sealed for like 9 to 10 years. And I've only been in California for 8 years. Never been in a mental institution. It's all made up. So why is the court refusing to make a court case? Because they're a group of fucking terrorists. Savage little bastards who all need to become dead, in my opinion. I loved Yvonne. She's going to be 15 years old in a few weeks. Happy birthday, Yvonne. Sorry, Daddy can't be there to do his job because everybody wants to stop me and prevent me from doing what's right and doing my job. Mark my word, one day people will be killed for their crimes. I will not suffer. Part 1.